Welcome to your weekly water tribe report. This is the Peace Dealer, and this video is if you are a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Please keep in mind that if your rising or moon sign is in these signs, this video also applies to you too. Now, the card that I have for the water tribe as a whole is the Eight of Swords. This is similar to the air tribe that I got the Nine of Swords, but except instead of outright mental torment, it's just going to be gross pessimism and a lack of belief in yourself that you could allow to get in your own way. You're basically going to be in a prison of your own thoughts. And the great thing about this card is you can turn all of that around by thinking positively. But let's just be honest. What water sign do you know does not spend unreasonable hours of their time hypothetically worrying about things that may never even happen? This could be you this week. This will be you this week. Don't let it be you this week. Let's get into the reading. All right, Cancer. We have the King of Pentacles, the Sun, and the Death card. This is actually really badass because you're walking into this week with the full energy of Taurus, feeling and looking like a straight up boss. You're going to be thinking like a boss. You're going to be moving like a boss. You might actually have influence from a real boss if they're not an influential Earth or someone with Earth energy sign in their chart. You're definitely going to be able to harness great value and worth and make a lot of money for yourself, which is going to lead to the middle of the week with the Sun card, you feeling bright and happy and sharing your light and just moving around everywhere with joy. And this is where we get to the end of the week when the Death card comes around and you take all that positive energy in the beginning of the week and you transform yourself with it. You're going to find that your life takes a true change. This is major arcana we're talking about. So you're going to have a life-changing series of events, I would say maybe one or two, that happens at the end of the week. You probably thought I was going to say someone's going to die, but no. I don't even mean it in a symbolic transformation way, even though I said you're going to transform. There's just literally an ending of a certain phase of your life. And I feel it has a lot to do with the middle of the week, where you're very happy. Just keep in mind though, we still do have that Eight of Swords influence, so you may feel like you're blind to all this light. But like I said, don't let yourself be. And as far as love is concerned, we have the Ten of Wands. Now be careful here, because with this card, you may feel like you're doing all the work in a relationship. Or if you're single, you may feel like you're doing all the work to get to know someone. And you don't want to be put in that position. The only reason why you'd be put in that position is because you have so much feelings for that person. And Cancer is amazing. You Cancers will literally work your ass off for the person you love. And that's not bad. But make sure you're not doing all the work. That is an invitation for disrespect and for people to be complacent and get used to that behavior. When you are the Queen of Cups, you need to be treated like royalty. You are high priestesses and high priests of the zodiac. So keep that in mind. This is also saying you may be so busy you don't even have time for love. But either way, when we get to career, we have the Devil card. This means a few things. For those of you in relationships, expect someone in your job place to tempt you to cheat on your partner. For those of you in jobs with an employer, expect some quid pro quo to go along. Expect your job to be threatened because somebody wants some sexual favors for you. This is going to be tough. But at the same time, this is an alternate interpretation. So the first two things I said don't even have to apply to you. But for some of you, it will. Especially, I'm talking straight to Cancer women. Now, Cancer men or Cancer women, beware of being overworked and underpaid. We have this theme in love and career. Beware of working like a slave for someone. The devil card is a horrible place to get for career because that's what it indicates. Somebody could take full advantage of you and use you for cheap labor. Once again, you don't deserve any of that. And as far as the karmic lesson card, we have the world. So you have a great week this week. There are definite challenges you have to get through, but you definitely have a great potential to feel wholeness and break through to the next level, Cancer. If anyone of the signs is going to do it first, it's actually you. And the fire signs have righteous cards, but you are special. Until next week. Welcome, Scorpio, to your weekly peace report. No, that's not right. Welcome, Scorpio, to your weekly tribe report. And for this week, we have some very challenging cards. The week starts off mentally unstable, and then it ends off pretty productive. However, you definitely want to keep in mind that any type of negativity you face, you are allowing to happen yourself. And you cannot blame anyone but yourself, because you have reached a level of mental and emotional fortitude to where you shouldn't be able to allow anyone to influence you. A lot of other zodiac signs are developing this, but by now you haven't mastered. So don't get in your own way. The three cards we have for you are the Four of Swords, the Nine of Swords, and the Nine of Pentacles. So the theme of 9 in itself is speaking of old patterns ending and you having to break them. These don't end naturally. You have to make the work to break these old patterns that you've basically done on yourself. You want to use this beginning of the week to recuperate because you were busy as hell last week getting done what you have to do. You shouldn't allow anyone to even have your time. Take a day off if you have to, because in the middle of the week you're definitely going to find that you're having to deal with more challenging thoughts. Despite any negative thinking that you may have, don't allow any insomnia or a weak mind to break your spirit. Close out the week with the fruits of your labor that you will enjoy, and it should be a good week for you. A lot of you are going to make very great financial improvements to your bank account. So if there's any redeeming quality of this week, it's definitely that. As far as love is concerned, we have the Seven of Cups. So you're going to be very confused about who to move forward with. You may find that there's a lot of options for you and you're just not sure who to choose. It's not going to be clear. So don't look for clarity because you're not going to find it. And you almost might feel like some situations are too good to be true, but allow yourself to creatively visualize what it is you desire, and that'll help guide your heart. As far as career is concerned, we have the King of Swords. So you're going to have to make some intellectually cruel and harsh decisions. You might have to cut some people off. This is the King of Swords in career to me. It's that person that has to fire someone who was probably a good employee, but hey, you can't let emotions get in the way of the job you have to do. Fire that person. That's the energy you're having to deal with. And as far as the karmic lesson, we have the Eight of Pentacles, which is encouraging you to work, and work. Like your name was Rihanna. But seriously, corny joke aside, make sure the work you do is meaningful and make sure it is of quality, and it'll definitely pay off. Till next week. Welcome, Pisces, to your weekly tribe report. This is the Peace Dealer. And this week, you have very interesting cards. It's very symbolic. The Six of Swords, the Eight of Swords, I'm not on any drugs, and the Sun card, which is very amazing because it indicates a metamorphosis of you transitioning, thinking healthier thoughts, but having to deal with a major challenge. And that is ironically the card that I drew for the water tribe. So you're going to embody this the most, but unlike other of the water signs, you're going to have a triumphant victory with the sun card at the end of the week. And I see it right now. It's almost as if you're going to allow this pessimism to wash you over, and then you're going to suffer in it a bit, and then take off those blindfolds and see the bright sun and light around you. All right, so please keep in mind, you could choose not to take off the blindfolds, and you could just be a pessimistic little nut and basically think yourself into oblivion. Release yourself from this mental prison by changing your thoughts. I love the imagery of this. It's like you're sailing past old emotional wounds, and then you're trapped in this mental thought, but behind you is the brightness of the sun, and all you have to do is turn around and just see how amazing your life is. The end of the week is going to be very powerful for you. Oh my goodness. And when it comes to love, we have the 9 of Cups. If anything, I think that's what might make you feel all happy at the end of the week. If you've been wishing to be with someone, if you've been wishing to fix things in your relationship, if you've been wishing or desiring something romantic, because I'm getting romantic vibes heavy from this, your wish is gonna come true. All right, you're gonna feel very content. You're gonna feel like your desires are manifesting. That's pretty much self-explanatory. That's the best love card that I pulled, other than the 2 of Cups that I pulled for Capricorn, which, yeah, it's around equal merit, but yours is better because you get what you want. And the Moon card, however, is for career. So don't believe what anyone tells you. Expect colleagues of yours to deceive you so that maybe they can get up on you and look good in front of the employer while making you look bad. Not everything is as it seems. Not everything is as it seems. Not everything is as it seems. And make sure that you are able to see beyond the illusion by feeling with your heart instead of seeing what is on the surface. You'll definitely find that your intuition pulls through. Pisces rules the Moon card, so your intuition will be so strong. And you could gain a lot by doing intuitive work. Now, as far as the karmic lesson of the week, we have the Queen of Cups. So this is talking about you're gonna have the opportunity to really feel love. All right, you are a compassionate soul above all, and you're very psychic. All right, this is going to remind you of that this week. And if anything, anyone will be lucky to rest in your arms. I know this is the Queen of Cups, but Pisces males too. You know, you have this feminine compassion. For Pisces males watching this, this could be a woman who reflects just that. And yeah, whether as a friend or as a romantic partner. So that's all I have for this week. Until next week.